is that I love great design. So for me, I'm never sort of held in one way of dressing. I can still remember being like 6 years old and having this knit cap. I thought that it was the coolest thing to wear this colorful hat during elementary school. And so I would show up at this school that we had to wear, like everyone was the same, but I would have this knit cap.
Remember?
It was bright orange, this hat. The Geronimos used to have a giraffe on the shirt and a giraffe on the pants. Or there would be an elephant on the shirt and an elephant on the pants. So your job was to match the elephant and the elephant, the giraffe with the giraffe, the tiger with the tiger. Not me. There would be a tiger here, an elephant here, the socks would have a giraffe. This lace top is a top that I don't even remember when I bought this. It was one of those things that you see and you say, that's a must-have. I have to have that. You don't care how much it costs. You don't care who it's designed by. It reminds me of like who I am. It's very sort of fragile, but it's still, I've had it probably 10 years, but it's just fragile and tough at the same time, just like me. This is a little American Apparel tank, and what I did is I added a shoulder pad to it. They have this sort of light shimmer to them, so I can really wear them with anything. They are so comfortable, and I wear them, and I wear them. I get every dime out of these. A former Chanel dress. This is the bottom, and I cut off the top and turned it into a bolero jacket, and gave it to a friend. This is what was left, and now it's a cape. There is this sort of feeling in me that sometimes I feel like a superhero, and so at any given moment, I feel that I might have to just rip this off and get to business. So I created this where I can just kind of take it off
and save Manhattan from the bad man.
Save the world. So, and originally it was supposed to be this moment, that it was my superhero cape. Originally when I bought this coat, I used to wear it,
or the skirt, whatever it is,
in a very sort of streamlined way. But as time has gone on, it has sort of evolved into this silhouette. The only thing I'm obsessed with would be winter coats. And it's because I was raised in Florida, and I decided a long time ago, if I had to put up with winter, that I would do it in the best way that I know how. This is my pimp coat. When I put this on, I am so warm. So I don't feel like the sort of kid from Miami that's in New York City freezing his ass off. I was very lucky that my father was this sort of serial entrepreneur. So he always had these different businesses going on, but the one business that interested me the most was when he bought a dry cleaners. I got to see people bring in things that were just amazing. And they were in different neighborhoods. But he had one that was in like the ghetto. And these guys who were like drug dealers and pimps would bring in the most elaborate outfits you've ever seen. Some of these drug dealers and pimps would go to jail, and then they would leave because they couldn't come back to pick them up. So after like 90 days, it became the property of the dry cleaners. And what I would do is I would tailor these things to fit me. So I was showing up at school in these things formerly owned by TJ the Pimp, and they were all bright colors. So my teachers during this period had no idea what to do with me. They just get better with time. They are so comfortable. But I think there's something very captivating about seeing a man in a skirt. I've always known that traditionally men have worn robes
Yeah.
and dresses and skirts, and it's only probably within the past 200 years that men have it. Once I started to learn the history of sort of the Venetian mask and the reason they were worn, if everyone is in a mask, you are no longer noble, you are not servant, you are not of any class. You just are. Yeah, I just layer it. I'll paint black on top of this, and so it's really thick. I think it adds texture, you see? There's so much. I actually found this on the street. And there is this cool little chart that tells you like what your mood is for every color.
Interesting.
Instead of putting on a whole new outfit, I just add some things.
Oh my God. That is genius. Wow. The buckles.
Sort of buckles on it. And then it's the same sort of theme on the side. What's great about it is the way that it kind of slants this way. Last year for Christmas, I decided I collected over 100 pairs of shoes, and from every designer you could possibly imagine. My boyfriend and I decided to give away all of the designer clothes that we hadn't worn in a very long time. Some were new, and we took it to the Bowery Mission here in the city. And to watch these guys snatch up like Prada shoes that have been worn like twice, Dolce & Gabbana this, I had a Versace shirt that was like really loud. In my mind, I thought to myself, I'm actually giving myself a gift because I cannot wait to see these guys strutting up Bowery like in these like fancy clothes that were supposed to be meant for one thing, and to see them turned into something completely different, was that they really didn't care about the labels inside. They really cared about what was appealing to them. It was really more about them inspiring me in a real way, you know? Because for the first time in a long time, I got to see people appreciate fashion in a way that was in its purest form.